This bat is chasing a moth in darkness. Both are moving, the target is smaller than your palm, and the bat is not guessing. In the final instant, its sonar can accelerate past 160 calls a second. Some species push that feeding buzz to roughly 220. Every echo updates where the moth is. Slow one hunt down, and sound becomes distance, direction, even clues about shape. Then the moth begins to fight back. First, retire the phrase blind as a bat. Bats have working eyes, and many see very well. Echolocation is an extra precision system, not a replacement for sight. In experiments, fruit bats relied more on vision to choose a route, but shifted toward echoes near obstacles. Wild bats hunting in light can approach prey faster while calling less often. For most echolocating bats, the process begins in the larynx. A call leaves through the mouth or the nose, usually at pitches above human hearing. It is not one universal ping. Across species, peak frequencies span an enormous range, roughly 9 to 212 kHz, with call designs matched to habitat and prey. High frequencies have short wavelengths that reveal small targets, but they fade quickly in air. Lower calls travel farther but sacrifice detail. Every call is a trade-off. The call is also directional. The bat aims an acoustic beam, sweeping a narrow slice of space instead of flooding the entire night with equal sound. Now the clock starts. Sound racing through air reaches an object, reflects, and returns. The delay between call and echo is the bat's main clue to distance. A target 1 meter away creates a 2-meter round trip. At about 344 meters per second, the echo is back in roughly 5.8 milliseconds. But distance is only one coordinate. An echo arriving slightly earlier or louder at one ear reveals horizontal direction. The ridges of the outer ear filter frequencies differently from above and below. Echo strength and spectrum carry more clues. Surface area, depth, motion, texture, and shape all alter the returning sound. Laboratory bats can even classify different three-dimensional objects by echo alone. That does not mean sonar produces a photographic picture. A better analogy is an acoustic flashlight, rapidly pointed from place to place, while the bat moves and samples the scene over time. Return to the chase. During search, the bat leaves enough time for distant echoes to come back before sending the next call. A faint moving echo appears. The bat turns its head and flight path toward it. Calls shorten, intensity changes, and the gaps collapse as distance disappears. More calls mean more updates. In the terminal phase, rare super-fast laryngeal muscles drive a burst above 100 calls per second, sometimes near 220. In some bats, the final calls also drop in frequency, widening the acoustic field of view when the prey is close and can escape in any direction. The moth swerves. The bat predicts the intercept, folds a wing or uses its tail membrane like a net, transfers the insect and bites, all inside a blur of motion. The thumbnail number is not a gimmick. It is the moment the bat spends information as fast as its voice muscles can produce it, because one missed update can mean one missed meal. If you like seeing the mechanism, not just hearing the fact, subscribe to Animal Fact Lab. There is a new animal system to decode in every video. A bat's sonar is not set and forget. Open-air hunters often send loud, far-reaching calls. Some exceed 140 decibels, measured 10 centimeters from the bat. That is not the same experience as standing beside a jet. The pulse is ultrasonic, extremely brief, tightly aimed, and defined at a specific measurement distance. Near a strong reflector, the bat can reduce output so the echo does not overwhelm its hearing. In a tangled forest, some species whisper, listen for prey footsteps, or combine sound with smell. And in May 2026, researchers showed an even stranger adjustment in greater Japanese horseshoe bats. They appeared to engineer a quiet frequency window inside the echoes themselves. By adjusting call frequency during flight, background clutter was pushed below a reference band. Faint frequency, glints from fluttering insect wings, were left exposed inside that quieter strip. When the experiment masked that window, attack rate fell to 37.5%. In both control conditions, the bats attacked every time. The animal was not merely hearing the world, it was shaping the signal it needed. But evolution does not leave the moth defenseless. Many moths carry ears tuned to bat ultrasound. A distant call can trigger a turn away, a close call can trigger a desperate dive. Some tiger moths answer with ultrasound of their own. The clicks can warn that the moth tastes bad, startle the attacker, or, in a few species, jam the bat's range measurements. The trick is timing. A dense burst of moth clicks overlaps the returning echoes, planting acoustic interference exactly when the bat is trying to lock down the final centimeters. In one controlled study with 3 big brown bats, capture success fell as the moth signal occupied more of that crucial time. The bats responded by stretching their terminal buzz. The jammer changed the hunter, and the hunter changed its attack. What looks like one perfect superpower is really an arms race, revised every generation and adjusted every second. So what does a bat hear? Not a photograph and not a single frozen map. It gets a stream of measurements: delay for distance, ear differences for direction, and spectral changes for motion and form. The bat aims, calls, listens, moves, and calls again. Its brain does not wait for certainty. It keeps updating the answer quickly enough to steer a living body through a changing world. And that is how a bat can hear the shape of a moth. Not by turning sound into human vision, but by turning echoes into the next correct move. A bat building a world from echoes is only one animal ability that sounds invented. The video on screen has 10 more, including eyes that zoom, feet that grip without glue, and flight so quiet prey never hears it coming. Watch that next.